Have you had this game circled or?
It's the next one. So yes, it was circled for this week.
Come on, this has got to be a little more important to you.
It's one game.
Really?
It's one game. Playing against some old teammates, but it's the next game. It's the next opponent.
Have you heard from some of them? Those teammates?
Yeah,
They said they were going to reach out to you.
Yeah, I talked to them. Talked to some of them throughout the year.
Jameis, I can't recall if we ever actually asked you this at any point in the offseason. I mean, what were your emotions watching your old team win the Super Bowl? I mean, was that hard to experience?
No, I was very happy for the guys that put in a lot of years there with me for them to get there and end up on top. I was very happy for my teammates. But it's this year now, and that's one of our goals. And our next opponent is them, so that's who we want to beat this week.
Every time we've been in front of you and every time I've seen you do an interview, you seem like you have an overwhelmingly positive personality. Did you have to deal with any bitterness, anger, feel how to get over that, or those kind of thoughts just aren't part of your makeup?
No, everything happens for a reason, you know, and I'm very grateful for that organization and the Glazer family for giving me the opportunity. I mean, drafted #1 overall to that city. That city done a lot for me, and I know I've done a lot for that city, so that's why I stay at now. So, you know, I definitely love that city, so now we get to play them. So this week, it's time to play, and all the lovey-dovey stuff is behind.
James, what was it like last year, just watching, being on the sideline against that team? What was that like for you?
It was fun. We won. We didn't win the one in the playoff game. You know, that was tough. You know, I that was my first time in the playoffs, so I definitely wanted to win that one. But it was fun. But this is this year, and we got to get them twice and maybe 3 times this year. So let's start with this week.
How much have changed since you?
How much have I changed?
Yeah, as a person. How did that whole thing make you?
I mean, I think just getting a chance to work with Sean and Drew last year helped me as a quarterback. But as far as a person, I give my all every single day. You know, especially for my kids, for my wife. You know, I'm trying my best to be the best person I could be. Period. So change as a person. You know, last year was humbling, but I really didn't take it for granted because I had a Hall of Fame quarterback and a Hall of Fame coach to learn from. So I really cherish that.
You've talked about kind of following up on that, maturing as a man, becoming a better person. Do you think a younger you would have talked about revenge, or this may have meant more in a different way?
No, you know, I don't see it as revenge. I see it as, you know, a division opponent that we gotta beat. You know, a good opponent that's coming up in our house in front of our fans that's coming in trying to beat us. So I mean, a younger me, I was always next man up. Like who we got to play. You know, I think the Saints, our rivalry is the Falcons, right? I think we started to develop a rivalry with Tampa just because, you know, they got a good squad, you know, and Marshawn and Mike Evans, they got they little rivalry going on, but my job is to lead us to a win on Sunday, man, and it's going to be big for our fans, right, and for the city.
Marshawn played, I mean, we've seen him for 5 years here. He's played his best football against Mike Evans. What did he do that made it so difficult when you were the guy trying to get the ball to Mike?
I mean, you know, Mike Evans is one of the best receivers in this game, and Marshawn's one of the best corners in this game. So there's just two alphas going at it. You know, it was always fun to compete against Marshawn, but now I'm happy he's on my team. But Marshawn know that he's gonna have to bring his lunch pail out, but he does that every week. You know, like you saw what he did last week. So I'm pretty sure he's ready. I'm happy I don't have to face, you know, that offense. But I know DA and Marshawn and DeMario, they're ready.
James, those scrambles where you go out and you're pointing down the field, is that something you guys practice? And I guess what kind of has to happen for those to get where you want them to be? Because it looked like you were pointing maybe sometimes.
Yeah, I think it's a feel. I think that is something that we try to work on individually with the receivers. But it's a feel. I think we're gonna start being able to complete some. So.
Are they just looking at you and trying to get the read?
No, it's just a feel out there. It's playing backyard football, man. Like
yeah.
that's the biggest thing is just making sure, like, hey, let's not overthink this. Let's play backyard football and let's get open because the defense is in the panic mode because we expanded the play and everybody's just going everywhere. We just got to make sure we get open and coming back to the football.
Hey, Jameis, you're not the only Heisman winner on the team now.
Oh, yeah.
How well do you know Mark, and just, what are your thoughts about him?
Well, I mean, I know we're Heisman brothers, but I don't know him personally very much at all. But I know I've heard of the teammate that he is, the high energy that he brings, and the person that he is. So I'm very blessed and welcoming to Mark Ingram, because I know he was drafted here. So I know he has a lot of pride for this organization. We're glad to have him back.
Did you watch him in Alabama? You growing up?
Yeah, I watched him. I met him at Alabama when I used to go up there for visits. But yeah, I did. I watched Mark.
Do you think it's possible for someone that plays cornerback? Okay, it seems like Marshawn somehow finds another level and doesn't necessarily like the person he's playing against. Is that even possible playing cornerback? I mean, he played so well in the second half of last week's game. He always plays well against others.
Yeah, I think that's just who Marshawn is, man. I think he's a dog. I know he's a extremely competitive athlete, and he likes doing a good job. He takes pride in locking people down. But I think a lot of players have some players have that that instinct, where they can just turn it on and just be like, you the enemy. I'm finna drill you into the ground. So I think I had it at times. That eye of the tiger. I try to be poised and stuff, but at the end of the day, I'm still try my best to win. Still trying my best to step on somebody's neck. I mean, I can't do that literally, but I definitely want to defeat my opponent.
Yeah, I guess that's why where a lot of these questions about you starting your career at Tampa come from, because those of us who talk to football players all the time, we hear about how they sometimes use emotion and intensity to their advantage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I guess there's a curiosity about why or why not.
Man, I've always been an emotional football player, and I think that's something that I'm trying to, work on. Being present instead of being stuck in my feelings. As a quarterback, we have to be present at all the time and aware of everything that's going on. Sometimes too much emotion can lead us to places that we don't want to go. And I come from a level of gratitude and optimism. A lot of people don't agree with that all the time, but I'm grateful I get a chance to play this team. Obviously I want to beat them. I want to beat them bad. And in my heart, I'm ready to rock. But at the end of the day, they're another opponent. Another opponent that we got to beat, and that's in this division. And they got a good team. They coming in here hot. So we got to, stand our ground and represent at our house.
Jim, has there been anything about Sean Payton's attention to detail that stood out to you just being around him the last year and a half?
Yeah, I think that's just who he is, attention to detail in everything. Every time he's explaining, he can paint the entire picture for you to help you better understand what he's explaining.
Is that a little bit different than other coaches, just that ability to speak that way?
Well, I think he does it in a very unique way. I think his feel and his ability to be relatable to players speaks volumes for who he is as a leader. But most NFL coaches harp in on the details and the small things so we can handle the big things.
Taking away your history with Tampa Bay, is it playing the Super Bowl champs? Is it a statement win if you beat the defending Super Bowl champs?
I think it's just a big win. Every year, I think when you win the Super Bowl, that the bullseye's on your back. But the Saints have been the division champion in this division for the past 3-4 years. So I think we got the bullseye on our back with those guys coming in. I'm pretty sure they're telling them about how the Saints won the division championship the past few years, but obviously they won the Super Bowl, so that's good for them. But they know. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's how Tom Brady thinks. That's last year. He's trying to win one this year, just like we all are. We're trying to win the Super Bowl this year.
Were you even impressed on film at how smoothly you picked that ball up with your left hand in stride?
No, I just knew I couldn't miss a touchdown opportunity. I knew it was going to be a touchdown, man. I was like, man, all right, I got it to him. So
is that actually part of wet ball drills? Like, if the ball's on the ground, how quick can you pick it up?
No, we don't do that on wet ball drill, but I'm happy we work wet ball drill for that to be able to happen. Keep the ball off the ground.
Have you ever seen Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
Have I who?
Fast Times at Ridgemont High, the movie.
No, sir.
Never seen it?
Oh, no, sir, never.
Okay. Sean Payton used the analogy today when we asked him about you and playing this revenge game. Try it. You might want to watch it. It's a really good movie.
At least the card scene.
The car scene now.
No, you know, like this week it is big, but I mean every week's big for me. You know, being out a year, you get a chance to see like how much you miss being away from this game. Especially like I got a chance to watch Drew play, you know, and that was fun and dandy. But at the end of the day, I still wanted to play. You know, I love this game, man. And yeah, I'm playing against the old squad, but man, I love this game. Like I'm trying to go out there and beat everybody that we play, no matter who it is. I think that's the most important thing that I've learned. You know, you talk about growth. I've learned in this league. It's about winning games, man. And any way that I can do that, win games, I'm up for that. And yeah, this is a opponent, you know, that I've been there and done that with this team, but I want to win football games, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are the next opponent, and that's what we got to beat. You know, it's good for us that I get to beat an opponent that I played for, but we just got to win. That's it.
Do you think there'll be some guys talking to you on the field during the game? I mean, who's the trash talkers on that team?
You know, we don't got. It's not too many trash talkers on that team, but no, we're gonna be talking back and forth. You know, but actions speak louder than your words. And that's what most of those guys on the defense is about actions, and that's what we're gonna be about come Sunday.
What kind of challenges do Levante David, Devin White pose, especially in the passing game, just the kind of ability to cover the whole field?
I just think they are two of the most prominent backers in this league. You know, we got two. Well, we got a few here, but those two, that tandem together is they are elite. And I saw how good Devin White was when I spent a year with him, and I know how great Levante David. I believe he's one of the most underrated backers in this league. So they're definitely good, but it starts with that front for them. Their front seven, including those backers and those DNs and those D tackles, it starts with them, and we're gonna have to come ready, and we will be.
You ever played a game on Halloween?
No, not that I recall, but it should be fun. It's gonna be spooky.
Are your kids gonna come? I mean, will they come dressed up?
Most likely they will.
Any ideas what the outfits will be yet? Or?
Yeah, my son, he'll be a ghost. Yeah. Literally, seriously, he's a ghost. I'm Frankenstein.
Seriously?
Yeah, I mean, my wife got me a costume.
You have any say in that, or is that her?
It's during the season. That's all her right now. I'm not really. I don't spend time looking for Halloween costumes during the season. But I know it's fun. I like that we got candy at the house. That's a good thing, I guess.
Do you feel like if you did look for it, you just end up getting the wrong thing and it'd be replaced anyway?
No, I would go overboard. Like I try to make my own costume, right? Like I don't know. I just do extra stuff.
As a player, can you even, I know you're focused on the field, but do you ever take a moment, maybe even last year, to see how crazy the fans, some of the Saints fans are? Man,
listen, I played here, right? I know how wild these fans can get, and I'm expecting them to be wilder than that, this Sunday. So I'm happy that we're back home, man. I really am. It feels like we played no games at home, but we just played one. So I'm happy to get back in that dome and get that thing rocking.
Costumes. There's probably gonna be a lot of costumes in the crowd.
Hey, as long as there's a lot of black and gold and we got that thing rocking, I don't care what you're wearing. All right, just cheer for the Saints.
All right, thanks guys.
All right, thank you.
Keep it spooky.
Yeah.